everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany, and in today's video I thought I would do a little bit of a haul. I realized I have not shown you guys any of the new stuff that I've gotten since my birthday back in May. That was the last time I did a haul video. I don't usually get very many new books or supplies, maybe one or two items here and there every month. Sometimes I do not buy anything for a whole month. So that's why it accumulates over a few months of a time. And then I realize, oh, I've been showing you guys some of these pages in my completed pages video and didn't even show you when I got it. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to kind of catch up with you guys with some new supplies and books that I have gotten over the last few months. Let's put the books aside. I do want to flip through these with you all, and we're going to start with some supplies. So the first thing I want to show you all is these Art on acrylic markers. I have these in a case downstairs. I didn't want to bring the whole thing up, so I just brought up a few to show you. There is a video on my YouTube channel showcasing these markers. I love them. I use them quite a bit, as you'll see in some of the books that I have here to show you. They do have a number and a letter on the tip, so I keep them. I have this big slotted organizer that I keep them all this way in so that they're laying flat on the ground, so it kind of keeps them steady. And there is a little ball in there so you can shake it up to mix the paint. It's got a beautiful brush nib on it that works really good. I haven't had any issues. I only had one paint pen that kind of dried up on me, and I think I may have thrown it out because I could not get it working, and it was an orange, and there was other oranges, so I wasn't too worried about it. It actually comes in a case like this that says acrylic markers, and it's got the little tabs to open them. I didn't want to keep it in this case, but I kept the case anyway. I don't know why. But I have my swatch book here, so we can take a look at the swatches. There's also a video of me unboxing this on my channel, so go check that out. But these colors are just absolutely beautiful. You get a nice variety. There was 60 of them, and it's budget friendly. I don't exactly remember how much I paid for them, but they are not that expensive. And then because I didn't have a lot of darks, I went ahead and bought these Langu acrylic paint markers that have the brush in them, and there's the ball inside, and then you also have numbers and letters so you can tell what they are. And these were like $9.99, I think, on Amazon. All the stuff I get on Amazon, by the way. Because I didn't have very many dark colors, I thought, well, I'll just buy this for $9.99. I'll buy this small set of darks, and I'm really happy I did, because they're called the Colorful Black series. You've probably seen them on other people's channels. But I really like those pens as well. So they have other sets, like different colors, reds, blues, greens, yellows, and I think as I start to run out of some of these colors, I'll just pick up a set of those to add on to it. And yeah, but it was definitely a great set to start with. If you're thinking about getting some acrylic paint pens and not sure where to start, I highly recommend these paint pens. Yep, beautiful paint pens. Okay. So that's that. I also picked up a few Copic markers. I was running low on some refills, and then I realized I couldn't get the refills anymore. Well, not anymore, but they were just out on the website that I use. And so I thought, well, I'll just buy some new markers then. So I always use a lot of blue-green colors, and I needed a light blue-green, so I got BG10, which is Cool Shadow. And then I needed another light blue. We always go through a lot of light blue colors, I feel like, when we're coloring skies and water. And so I went with this mint blue B01 and the Lionette Gold Y28. And let me swatch those for you real quick so you can see just what they look like, because I forgot to bring up my other swatch. So here is the BG10, which is a really pretty teal color. Look at that teal. Isn't that just so pretty? And then we've got the light blue, which is just a beautiful sky blue color. The two together look really nice. And then last is this gold color, but to me it kind of looks like a really light brown or tan, khaki. There we go, a khaki color, which I needed in my collection. So I've used this quite a bit too in my coloring. So yeah, happy to have 3 more colors to add to my collection of Copics. My favorite website to go through to buy Copics, which I think are probably the least expensive place to buy them, is Octfuel. I'll put up their image on the screen now, and I'll put in the link in the description where you can click on it to go to their website. They're a USA company and a small company, and so I think they're based out of Florida. And anyway, they're fast, they're efficient, they're on the cheaper end for Copics. And so, yeah, a viewer actually suggested them. So thank you, whoever that was. I don't remember who you were. And I have bought from them now a few times. So, yeah, recommend them. And then I had to get on the Langu gel pen bandwagon because I saw so many of you colorists out there using these. And I think it was Annex Fumbles that showed some of these Morandi colors, and I really liked them. So as you can see, they're all say Morandi, but there's pastels, there's vivids, there's darks, there's midtones, and I'll show you in my swatch book what they look like. So here's the Langu Morandi colors. So we've got a whole pastel set, a vibrant set, a muted set, and a dark set. And you can kind of tell the colors all go together. They're beautiful, beautiful colors. And I really, really like the colors that these Morandi colors are. I don't know what that stands for, but it is beautiful colors. I got all 4 of these for like $11. That's why I chose them. They came as a package for $11. It is the 3mm, so it's a really fine tip right there. And I did put a bit of tack in the end so that the ink would flow better, and that did work. However, I tried coloring a page with these, and oh my god, it was taking forever. So I don't know how often I'll use these, probably only for like really detailed pages. Yeah, because these are, it'd have to be tiny, tiny details, I think, for me to use these, or maybe in my Hatchet Heroes Disney books. You can see here where I didn't put the tack in the back, and so it kind of, I was like, oh my god, this is going to take forever to fill in this square. So by the time I got to here, I was like, okay, I'm going to try it. And then the ink flowed much better, and I did that for each one. However, when I was coloring with it, I had to keep opening the tack and letting air go in and then putting the tack back down for it to flow again. I don't know, that just seemed like a lot of work for me. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to use these gel pens for. But at least I got to try it. I got to see what all the hype was about. And yeah, $11. That's not a bad price for all 4 of those, I did think. And the last coloring supply I have to show you, I got these Stabilo Pen 6812 fiber tip, the Pastel Love. I love my pastel colors. And look how vibrant those colors are. I'll show you the swatches. I already had a small set of Stabilo 68 pens, and so I needed some other colors to go with them, especially for my color by number books. I like to use these in. These are a water-based marker, so they do streak if you're not careful, but they're usually nice and juicy, and I like the tip of the Stabilo 68 because there's different sizes. These tips are a lot fatter, and the ink flows much easier, a lot juicier than the smaller, finer tipped ones, and they can cover, you know, bigger areas easier. But I really love that plum color and that brown tan color. Yeah, just some really pretty pastel-y colors, because my other Stabilo pens are more vibrant. You can see here I was making a swatch of my Stabilo pens for a color by number. So I have like a set of 20 just vibrant colored Stabilo pens, and I love them. And I've had them for a long time, and they're still really juicy. So I picked these up on Amazon as well. Let's see, I think that's it for supplies. We can now get on to the coloring books, which is always my favorite. Let's start with this one first, Cozy Europe. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this book out there online, but I thought we might flip through it together. It's by Jade Summer, 40 cute images. I am going to zoom you in just a little bit and bring the camera down a bit so we can see the images a little bit better. Okay, so let's flip through this. You've got your coloring checklist, which I think is really cool. And then you start right into the book, single-sided, which is nice. I love Jade Summer's rounded edges and thick dark lines. I actually want all of Jade Summer's cute and cozy books now. I think for my birthday, maybe, I got the Eras book, the Jade Summer Through the Eras cute cozy book, and I do love that book as well. Such cute little images. Holland, Pizza Italiana. Look how the birds helping with the pizza. Oh, running, I think this is Running with the Bulls. That's cute. Oh my God, that's Nessie. I think that's Nessie from the Black Ness Monster. Carnival, that's cute. I see that in a lot of bright colors. Here's one I did back in June. So I got this book back in June of a vineyard that I really like. Put my blotter page at the back. That one's so cute, cuddled up on the hammock. Ooh, the Titanic. I want to do that one. I love that era, that time period of the 1800s. Which is what my favorite pages out of the Jade Summer Eras book is the 1800 pages, from that time period of the Victorian era. There we go. That's what I was looking for, the Victorian era. That's cool, on a little moped. Here's another one that I think would be from Victorian era. I love her dress and her hairdo. Here we have some hikers going up, probably Mount Everest, I don't know. And oh yeah, the cool telephone booth, that's really cool. The old-fashioned telephone booth, and it's the detective. Irish pub. Oh, he's making those Russian dolls, nested Russian dolls, and it looks like it's snowing outside. Here we get some Vikings around the fire. This would be a good glow effect to do. Leaving the grocer. The little shop. Mona Lisa. That's pretty cool. Having some tea and cakes. Moulin Rouge. That's cool. I love the feathers in their hair. Oh, I love this one too. Quiet nature, little cottage in the back. Looks like you could make a rainy scene since she's holding the umbrella and there's puddles. Could make this really moody if you wanted to. That one's really pretty too. I love any country scenes as well. Ooh, the Scottish Highlands. More tea and cakes, I think. Victorian era again. Some dancers on stage. Yep. Oh, that's cool. I don't know what those are called, but that would be cool to see someday over in Europe. The men that guard the gates. Oh, looks like a sauna. And this must be Spain. And Greek. Cozy pub in Ireland. Look at the 3-leaf clovers. Bratwurst. Oh, this has to be Germany, right? The maypole. That's beautiful. I could see lots of pastel colors on that one. Ooh, and this is a good one for Halloween. Really spooky. And a gladiator. That's pretty cool too. And then some kids playing soccer. Well, I think they're kids. Maybe they're adults, actually. Maybe it's a professional soccer league. Because I know over in Europe, soccer is very big. Or football. Oh, yeah, Rome. Oh, it says right there on the back. Duh. So this is England, football. Rome, Romania, Sweden, Germany, Ireland, Greece, Spain. That's pretty cool. Iceland, England. Yeah, I like that. Scooter. So which one's this one? Paris, France. Yes, that's true. The French. Anyway, so that is Cozy Europe by Jade Summer. Next up is Color by Number Tiny Houses by Alexander Francis. You know I have to have another color by number added to my collection. You've probably seen this in some completed pages videos. But yeah, I really like this book too. So here's the front cover. Well, I ripped out a piece, so it must have been a blank piece that I ripped out. I don't know. She gives you a color chart to use so you can test your own colors. And then you get in. So this is the first one I colored back in June. And I used my Art on paint pens and did some layering and shading. And that was a lot of fun to do. And then I also did this one back in June. And I love using the paint pens because they don't buckle the page. It makes it a little wrinkled, but not bad. It can handle even these, you know, Amazon printed books. They can handle this paint. And yeah, it is so much fun to do. This one I did back in July, and I used my Copic markers and then shaded with colored pencils, which I love to do as well. And then this one, you're seeing a new one for this month. I just did basic coloring. This month I wasn't feeling too much of the shading. So I was like, yep, I'm calling this done. I did that at the beginning of August. Let me just pull out my blotter pages so we don't have to see those. And here's a windmill and a happy camper. I can't wait to do that one. We love to go camping. Here's a bedroom and a cake house, which I think is so cool. Her imagination is just awesome when she makes these books. I really love her drawing style and her imaginative process. This looks like a house in a lunchbox that was open. Look, you get the can of soda right there. Ooh, and a ladybug. Love ladybugs. That's beautiful. You could actually do a gradient right there of a setting sun, like it's evening and the sun's starting to go down. Shell, sweet shell. That is so cute. Look at that shell. Adorable. I can just see a little crab popping out at any minute. Sink with dirty dishes. Well, I guess the dishes are being done. because you could see all the soap and the scrubber. So I like that she does like house scenes, but then she zooms in and gives you an image of inside the little houses, which is cute as well. Oh, this one's pretty with all the flowers. Yeah, I love that. The mushrooms coming up out of the water and the fish is underwater. That's cool. Get some moss growing on top of the mushroom. Here's a ship with the laundry out to dry. And a pelican and a shark. Oh my. It's definitely a pirate ship because there's a skull right there. Oh, and here's a spooky one for Halloween. Look at the pumpkin and the ghost. Oh, and the bat. That's so cool. Have to do that one for Halloween. Here we've got one for Christmas. So she puts in some holiday themed ones, which is really nice too. It's gingerbread house. Here we've got indoor of like an office or maybe a bedroom with a computer in someone's home. Look at the fuzzy slippers and the fuzzy rug. Treehouse. Oh, I love that one too. I love the way that it looks like maybe a palm tree or something. That's cool. Here we are out in the living room, and they're obviously playing a game and having some snacks and watching TV. That's pretty cool. And then we've got a watering can. Very neat. I think this is a strawberry. So a strawberry home. Oh my God, look at the hose with a patch in it. So cute. Here's another little tree house. Oh, adorable. There are a lot of pages in here. Oh, this reminds me of like the Hobbit homes where they're built into the ground. That's pretty cool. And maybe a pond. Is this a pond out front? 12. 12 is teal, so that definitely is water. Well, that's pretty cool. Inside a bathroom. And another living room scene. She must love mushrooms because mushrooms are in like every single page just about. Oh, and a honey pot with some bees. That's really cool too. A cactus. Oh, this is a nice fall scene with a pumpkin. Oh, it's a pumpkin house. A pumpkin in the background. Here's another mushroom, an acorn. Look at the spider. Yep, this is definitely kind of a fall-y, spooky one. So then you also get the same designs without the numbers. So if you don't want to color the color by number side, but you want to still get this book and you want to do your own colors, she has the exact same pages. It looks like in reverse over on this side. So you get the exact same pages, no numbers. You can color it exactly how you want to with your own colors, which I think is really cool. She gives you both color by number and non-color by number. So yeah, and that is the end of that book. So happy to have that in my collection. Next up is Serendipity by R.J. Hampson. I love R.J. Hampson's work, and I actually want to collect most of his books, maybe not all of them, but most of his books. I bought this right before he came out with his most recent coloring book, which is the steampunk one. So that is also in my cart on Amazon. So you'll probably be seeing that in an upcoming video. But in the meantime, I'd been wanting Serendipity for a while. So we will take a flip through of this book. I don't know what it is about his style, but it's quirky, it's cute. It's a lot of detail, but not a lot of detail, kind of mid-range for the detail. And I also love watching his color alongs on YouTube. So if you did not know, he is on YouTube and he has color alongs he does every month out of his books. So they're a lot of fun to watch. All right, this is pretty cool. This is called Moving House. It does look like they're moving, doesn't it? They put it on the back of a snail and he is moving it. Or that is his house and he's just moving. And then here we have this quirky characters of cat and mouse. And they're always up to some mischief. This is called Eureka. Jesus, I don't know what they got going on. But they're doing something, and the bird's like, oh no, am I next? Look, they got an octopus in there. They got a teddy bear in there. They're doing some sort of imagination. I love all these pipes going everywhere. So, so cool. Here we've got Open Sesame, which is like they just opened up into this. It kind of reminds me of Raiders of the Lost Ark, like they're looking for the treasure and then it just opens and it's this big cavern. And look, it's like a keyhole. You're looking through into the cavern. I really like that page too. Here we have Winter Blossoms. Oh, this would probably be good then to do for the winter. Beautiful kimono there she's got on. And the dragon. And the cherry blossoms. So, so pretty. Here's another winter one, Winter Joy. I love their hat and scarf. And look at, they look cold down here with their cup of tea. And the snowflakes. Yep, definitely going to do that one during the winter season. Sweet as honey. Look at that bee and the butterfly. There's there's several bees. Look at them all. And this guy's down here is just chilling. Like, yeah, I'm chilling for a little bit. Oh, the flowers. I love his composition too. The way he places stuff on the page. Love, love, love. Here's Mr. Fogarty. The sunshine is a glorious birth. He's soaking stuff up in the sun. He's got his pipe. And look at all the other frogs. They're also sunning themselves. That's cool. Love the border around it as well. Here we've got a cuckoo clock with some hummingbirds. Really, this I can see in autumn colors, especially with the acorns poking out. This one's interesting. Like, is this underwater or is it above water? Because you've got a pirate and he's sailing through the sky, but yet you've got like stuff that should be underwater. This is called The Quest. This is different. I'm not sure what to do with that one. You got a little mermaid down here, so you could definitely keep this for Mermaid. Just in Time for Tea, Alice in Wonderland. Yes, I love these Alice in Wonderland inspired pages he does. The rose and the door opening into the secret garden. Love, love, love. The Alchemist. Look at all the different things he's got on his shelves. And a skull. Yeah, he's definitely concocting some sort of potion. And this must be his apprentice. Interesting, interesting. Be Mine. I love this too, with all the little trinkets on the table. And he shows you where you can shade, so you don't have to guess where the shadows are. Looks like a little diary, and yeah, lots of cool little trinkets. The donut, which is kind of random. Be Mine. So this must be for Valentine's. See, maybe, yep. Maybe it's a Valentine page. Wild is the Music. That's cool. Look at the unicorn. And it's kind of like brickwork around, and the owl and the two fox. And oh, you've got a lantern here. You could do a little light source coming from. Very, very cool. We got a lantern there as well. A Vital Clue. We've got some, yes, they're up to looking for clues. I think the cat might be what they're looking for, these detectives. Bring fish or the dog gets it. Oh, he wants some fish. Night lights. Oh, these are, oh my God. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. Lightning bugs. Jeez, I couldn't think of what it was. So lightning bugs. You could do a really dark night scene and have these lightning bugs glow. That would be cool. And it glows the dragon in his bottle. Do not disturb. That's pretty cool. A Room with a View. I love the deer antlers, how it kind of becomes part of the stained glass. That is so cool. That would be a nice fall autumn page as well. Shangri-La. That's pretty cool. Love that architecture and the flowers and how he does this. I love how he does like the circular image up here and then has like smaller people or animals down here looking up, so you get a sense of distance. I think that's really cool how he does that. Candy cane lane. Oh, this would be good for Christmas. There's a wreath and a Christmas tree, and look at all the candy canes and the reindeer with a sled. Very cool. You could even do a night sky if you want to. Ooh, and the compass. Like, where are they off to next? That's cool. Chinchilla Cha-Cha. Oh, that's really cool. You can picture music notes coming out of there. And they're all dancing. See, where does he come up with this? Like, that's what I love about his drawing style. He's just so imaginative. Lotus Dreaming. Ooh, the koi fish going in a circle. I really love that. There's a ring there for some reason. And a penny. Oh, because they probably throw this stuff into the pond for good luck. That's what I'm wondering. This must be a pond. A wishing well. Maybe that's what it is. Christmas gifts. Oh my God. So this is she's knitted a bunch of scarves and hats and sweaters for their Christmas gifts, and they're in the Sahara. Oh my God, this is hilarious. Like they need this stuff when they're, you know, in the desert. But it probably gets cold at night, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. So she's been knitting. Oh my God, look at her hat. Oh my God. Oh, that's so cute. Love Thy Neighbor. Okay, so I picked this one for September. I want to do this one in September because of like the pumpkins and the stuff's coming to harvest in the garden, which is what's happening here in my neck of the woods. All the stuff is like ripening and people are out in their gardens picking, and we're getting lots of cucumbers and tomatoes. And yeah, so I wanted to do this for September. I thought this would be a perfect September page. And the Love Thy Neighbor part, I think, is because like a human probably, you know, planted all this and grew it, and they're like, ooh, since this is right next door, maybe we should go and help ourselves. Because, you know, the animals always want some of the fresh fruits and vegetables as well. So I thought that was cool. One Perfect Day with a tiger and a girl running and a bird. Yeah, this is really cool. Kind of mandala-ish, I guess, or folk art. I think this is kind of like folk art. Oh, I really love this one too with the cafe and bar, the little moped. It's called Suddenly. I don't know what that's about, but I do like I like it when he does his little houses. Freedom on a String. Yes, this one of puppets. And we've got rabbits watching. Oh, and there's scissors, like they're gonna, oh, they cut their strings. So they're not attached anymore. They're not puppets. They can do what they want. That's cool. Freedom on a String. That is really cool. So then you get a second set of pages with a difference. And most of them are night scenes. So we'll kind of quickly go through. I'm not going to go back and forth, but obviously you can tell it's a night scene. We got a night scene here. So if you don't feel like doing a lot of backgrounds, you could do the second set of images. I think there's other differences too that we don't see. You'd have to look back and forth. Oh, like these two were on this side and the cup was over here. So that's transposed. And probably the birds are looking different areas. So it's just all subtle differences, but there are some differences, which is neat. And they're in the sun, I guess, but the water's all black, so that's different. It's a cuckoo clock. Oh, I like this one much better. This looks cool. You could do lots of stars, so it is like night scene. I love that. And the bookshelf is darkened out. I don't think that cupcake was there the last time. I think there was something different there. Just makes it a little easier to color when it's blacked out, some of it. So you could easily do some light sources there with it being blacked out. Oh, that's cool. I really like that. Okay, so here's a dragon. Last time we had 2 people. One was on a horse, I think, so the dragon's different. Oh, and the snowflakes. I love the snowflakes. That was perfect. I don't think that dog was there, but maybe he was. She's still knitting away. They're all just waiting for their Christmas gifts. That's cool. A night garden. That's pretty cool. Ooh, and we've got the shadows. Oh, and we've got a moon in the back. And they do have their strings on this time. That's cool. Relax, chill out, and unwind. And then he's got all of his other books in here that you can purchase. I do have Forest Song, and I think I have Lost and Found. I want Moonlight Mischief. So I've got like 3 now in his collection. Ooh, Night Garden would be cool too. Oh yes, I have more that I want to get. So that was Serendipity by R.J. Hampson. And the last book I have to show you today is 30 Spellbound Fanciful Cave Scenes to Color by Camelia Angelkova. I believe this is her most recent book that just came out. So if you haven't seen this one yet, we will do a complete flip through. I saw this and I was like, oh my God, this would be perfect for Halloween. And she's another favorite artist of mine. I would love to have all of her books. I think I only have 3 maybe of her books, 3 or 4. And so anytime I see one that I think I would like majority of their images, I put it in my cart on Amazon. My book did get a little damaged, and the pages you'll see inside got a little damaged, but that's okay. And there's only 30, which does not bother me. 30 pages is plenty, because sometimes, you know, her 50 pages can be a little bit much. Here's one I just did this week. I just finished it. I did this all completely done with colored pencils. You're getting this little sneak peek. And I loved doing the light source. That was so much fun. And then if you notice, like I took the color of whatever was near it and kind of cast a shadow onto the crystals. So you get a little bit of the brown. Here you get some of the green and the yellow. You get a little bit of the red, some blue here, some pink from her hair, and some purple. So that was a lot of fun. And then doing even the back with it really, to do it all with colored pencil, it really did not take that long. You would think this would take a long time, but it really didn't. Those Castle Art pencils work well on this paper. And then I realized after doing it that it's the front cover. So you can see the difference of what I did and what she did. So yeah, that was fun. Let me take out my blotter page. And we will go through this. That's really cool. A moth girl. I love too that they're all contained in like this cave. And you can make the caves any color you want. You don't have to do like brown or gray. I want to see some really colorful caves. And then these gemstones are beautiful too. You could do all kinds of different colors for gemstones. This 3-headed dragon with the chest, probably gold in there or gems in there. And then you get these cool little monsters and aliens, which I also thought would be good for Space Timber. Space Timber's coming up in September. Here's a mermaid with a pirate skull. Get the little crab. Again, you get to practice your gemstones in here. This cute little castle. This one I thought was really cool. This would be good for Halloween. The Batgirl hanging upside down with the candles glowing. We get this cute little monster. Looks like he's sleeping on ice, doesn't it? Like, and this is snow. This would be good for winter. He's in an ice cave. Here's some with a Batgirl maybe. She's got wings and horns. And then some ghosts. So that would be a nice Halloween one. Here's another good Halloween one with monsters and a pumpkin and a cauldron. And look at that monster. These monsters are so cute. I don't like the creepy Halloween. I like the cute Halloween. So, oh, look at the eyeballs. I didn't even notice that at first. That's so cool. And then here we have a light source coming in, and she's drawn out the lines for you so you could easily do a light source coming down into the cave. And look how furry and cute those bats are. And she's got fangs. That's so cool. Here we got like little devils, the fire with the devils coming up. And a wizard with his crystal ball. And we get some more monsters, and it looks like they've put flowers and like bugs in ice, maybe to keep them, to save them all winter until spring. And then we got more snow. You could practice doing your snow. And this beautiful crystal girl, or whatever she is, princess. That's pretty cool. Some more monsters holding little candle lanterns. Ooh, and here we've got a genie coming up out of a bottle with a treasure chest. Oh, and this poor girl's stuck in a crystal. She needs a spell to break her out. She's like a butterfly. That's cool. And here we've got a leprechaun or an elf and his mice. They're mining, it looks like. That's cool. Oh, here's a witch one. This is perfect for Halloween. Lots of Halloween ones in here. Wonder what she's conjuring up in her little cauldron. More monsters. Oh my god, look at his nose. That's so funny. We've got some vines climbing up, some greenery we can do. And here's a serpent girl. So you get like some, you know, characters as well as monsters. You get a good variety in this book. And just some basic scenes like this. If you don't want to do people, this is cool. Caveman. And he's putting his hieroglyphics on the inside of his cave. That would be cool to do a really cool light source coming up with that one. And then you get the cute little dragon asleep on top of his jewels. I love this one with the flowers. And there's still some ghosts, so you could still make it Halloween if you wanted to. Here we get a little mushroom guy. They're reading. That's cool. Caterpillars or some sort of weird creature. More mining. Oh, these are archaeologists looking for fossils. Oh, that's cool. And that's it. So there were the 30 images that are in this book. And that is all I have to show you guys. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching and staying till the end. If you're looking for any of these supplies, check out my Amazon storefront. I'll put the link in the description below where you can find all of these supplies that I've shown you here. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.